Hi, my name is Robert. This video is designed to give you step-by-step detailed instructions on completing the task at hand. Please read the comments in the About section of this video. It has valuable information and updates. My YouTube channel has a disclaimer video that I encourage you to watch. And please like, share, and subscribe. I hope you found what you're looking for. Thank you very much for watching. In this video, I'm going to try to repair this Mercury Villager. It's a 99 model. The sliding door has a hard time opening, and I think the center roller assembly has a weak spring in it, causing it not to kick out like it should. The two forward mounting roller assemblies, that one up top and that one down the bottom, are pretty fixed. There is no mechanism that will cause it to kick out like the one out there in the back side of it. The problem with this door is when you go to open it, the top of it is actually catching this glass here, and I think that's because the spring hinge is not kicking it out far enough. So we're going to go ahead and hit the door to bring it open, and as you can see, it clipped this glass right up top there. Hopefully replacing this lower spring hinge will fix that. So my goal is to remove this rear roller assembly and replace it with one that I got from the salvage yard. Hopefully that'll fix it. The only way to get that roller assembly out is to remove this panel here that goes from here to the door. So you'll have to remove the inside trim to get that off, and then take the roller assembly off and replace it with a new one. Get this seat out of the way because the seat is in the way of this side panel that has to come off. Alright, you remove the front seats. Those are easy. You lift up on the latches on the back of them and lift them out of the way. Then the seat in the back, you have to fold it up, the bottom of it up. You lift up on this and you push up on the bottom. That will lock that in the up position. Next, you lift up on this lever and you pull this whole seat assembly forward as far as it'll go. So lift up on this and then pull the middle bar and it'll come forward. So there you have it. The rear seat is pulled all the way into the front seat's doorway. You need to remove this panel off the side so that you can remove that trim on the outside. First, I'm going to pop these little tabs out of here. I had another one of these blanks up front there I had to get loose. Next, I'm going to pull the seat belt little covers up and get a, looks like a T50, and take those two seat belts loose. I did get the seat belts loose. T50 is a proper tool, but I was able to get it out with a T45. I got another plug there, and that thing there and the one up there you can twist out with your hands or with a pair of pliers. They screw out counterclockwise. They're a little tough to get started, but once you get them started, they do come out. First thing I'm going to do is pull this panel off. I removed these 4 8mm screws out of there, and I'm going to pull this back. Once I got that loose, I grabbed my hands in this cup holder and this piece back here, and I jerked it loose from the clips from the wall, but I didn't pull it far because I have these wires on the back of this charger that I need to unplug. Once you unplug those wires, you can pull this piece totally away from the wall. Now that that panel's off, you have full access to your speaker. To get this panel off, you come around the inside and get these 3 nuts off of the screws. There's one there, there's one down there, and the last one is over there. Once you have these 3 bolts removed, the rest of these are supposed to pull out of these plastic clips that sit in the body. So it was real stubborn, so I released a couple of the plastic clips and pulled the other 3 loose. So here's the body panel removed. And as you can see, there's a receiver still there. I removed that one there. Receiver, removed, receiver. So when you pull those 3 nuts off, you should be able to pull this panel off. Okay, I removed those clips, put those receivers back in the body. Next, I'm going to remove these two nuts because that's where that roller assembly is going to come out of. Looks like 10 millimeter maybe. Alright, I pulled those two 10 millimeter bolts out. I removed that bracket. Now I can get that roller assembly out of there. Now I open the door. I take a 12 millimeter ratchet, remove those two bolts. Hold that door while you're pulling it out because this hinge roller assembly actually holds the weight of the back of that door. So when you lift up on it a little bit, you'll be able to get those two 12 millimeter bolts out. Once those bolts are out, you roll it back to here and you lift it out. Looks like one of those rollers are deteriorated to the point that it's gone. The other one looks okay. Since I have this all apart like this, I'm going to go ahead and get a rag and some cleaner and clean some of this old grease out, and I'm going to put some fresh axle wheel bearing grease in there, and then I'm going to put the other assembly in. The one on top is the one that I pulled out. The one on the bottom is the one I got from the salvage yard. As you can see, the rollers look in better condition. As I said, use this as an opportunity to grease and lubricate your track and clean it. And then you want to put the grease in there where the roller leans back against this part. And I also ran grease up along the inner edge of that. And I'm going to clean out that lower track and that upper track and grease those as well. It'll just help the whole door slide smoother. Before you put everything back together, you can see how it rolls. As you can see, I still have the track stop out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull on the door handle out here and see if it catches. And it missed. So this one with the rollers in better shape actually missed the glass this time, so I'm good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and tighten these down pretty tight. Don't over torque them. I would say maybe 25 foot-pounds at the most. Install that bracket with the 10 millimeter bolts. Next, you want to set your panel in place, aligning your screw holes, and then pressing it in so that your clips pop in to all 5 locations. Once that's in place, you come inside and install those 3 nuts. You got one there, you got one down here, and then you have one over there. Next, you want to put your lower panel in place and then press your clips that you have here into the slots in the frame of the assembly, and make sure you get that lower corner all the way in the back tucked under that trim that runs across the bottom of the door. Alright, I got the panel clipped in place all the way around. I plugged in that outlet there. I put the clip in there. I bolted the seat belt in there. Now you slide the cover down over it. I put the clip in there, seat belt bolt there, clip in there, screwed that in there, screwed the one on top. Now I'm going to set this panel back in place, screw those 2 handles on with the 8 millimeter, and then we could roll the seat back and be all done. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.